Alright, so maybe I will spare James Gunn. Hi y'all, Snarky J Cosplay here. So, it's official, James Gunn and Peter Safran have officially announced their plans for the DCU moving forward. In this video, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know exactly what it is that got announced today and how stoked I am to see where all of this goes. So the first big deal to note here is that James Gunn and Peter Safran have announced that this first phase of the DCU is gonna be an 8 to 10 year plan. So that means that actors that are signing up now are gonna have to be prepared to wear those suits for the next 10 years. James Gunn and Peter Safran's new DCU is also set to be divided into chapters. Everything that got announced today is actually the first half of Chapter 1, which is called Gods and Monsters. Now, The Flash is still releasing this summer, and it's going to serve as the reset point for the DCU moving forward. The first film for Gunn and Safran's DCU is a Superman film. That's right, it is called Superman Legacy. James Gunn is currently writing it, and it's set to be released July 11th, 2025. So we've still got over 2.5 years before we see this release. According to James Gunn, this isn't going to be an origin story. It's actually going to focus on Clark Kent sort of focusing as he combines his Kryptonian culture with his Earth upbringing. Supposedly, James Gunn isn't sure if he's going to be directing it yet, but the movie is slated to be a PG-13 release, which sounds promising. On the super front, we've also got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. It's going to be an adaptation of a Tom King comic and is going to be pretty cool as it introduces Kara into a greater DCU. Now, here is where I'm cautiously optimistic, but also really curious as to what this is going to be like. The first Batman film for the DCU is going to be called Batman the Brave and the Bold. This supposedly is going to be based on a Grant Morrison comic run, and the main focus is actually going to be on Damian Wayne, the son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul. Some of those father and son stories between Damian and Bruce were pretty interesting. I know when it comes to the Robins, a lot of people really love to hate Damian, but I sort of like him, even though I think Talia al Ghul is nasty as hell. I don't care how many times they try to retcon her literally date raping Batman into giving her a child. I still think she's nasty. She is canceled. Selena Kyle is his real woman. Anyway, my point here is that this actually looks like it could be really cool if they cast Batman and Damian Wayne right. If they cast anybody too annoying for Damian, I might just roll my eyes and not go watch this. But if they cast the right Bruce, which honestly I'm sort of hoping for Jensen Ackles after he's voiced him in so many different projects, that would be really cool to see. But of course, all of that is gonna come in the future. We've also got some other films announced, Swamp Thing and The Authority. These are supposed to be really different superhero movies, and I think as we've seen James Gunn work with characters like Guardians of the Galaxy and the Suicide Squad, he knows a little bit about working with little-known, sort of off-the-beaten-path superheroes, so I have to say that I think this is gonna be a great move moving forward, and I think that it's gonna bring a little bit of spice to the DCU. The first show to be released on HBO Max as part of this new DCU has already been written by James Gunn and is currently in production. It's called The Creature Commandos. It's an animated series that's gonna feature characters like Rick Flag Sr. and the Weasel, so that should be really interesting. We also have something new about Themyscira being announced. It's called Paradise Lost, and it's set to be a drama sort of centering around the politics and the dynamics of an all-female society. For those confused, Themyscira is the island of beautiful women that Wonder Woman comes from, so I'm definitely on board for that one. James Gunn and Peter Safran also announced 3 additional series coming to HBO Max. The first is set to take place between season 1 and season 2 of Peacemaker, and it's called Waller. Of course, this is about Amanda Waller, and it's gonna feature some of the characters from the Peacemaker team. We've also got news on Lanterns, which is set to be a detective-type series starring Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. That should be pretty interesting. I'm not super well versed in the Lanterns because let's face it, my characters are typically of the black leather-wearing persuasion, but this one should be pretty cool. We've also got Booster Gold, which seems like it should be more of a comedy, and that one could be a refreshing take for the DCU because we've been making fun of the DCEU for being way too dark for years. We also still have a bunch of upcoming projects that are still confirmed. Even though we lost the third Wonder Woman movie and Henry Cavill's Superman film, we've still got Shazam Shazam, Fury of the Gods, Blue Beetle, The Flash, though Ezra Miller's future with Warner Bros. Is yet to be determined, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Season 2 of Peacemaker, the sequel to Joker, and perhaps most importantly, and the thing I really want to touch on here, The Batman 2. We actually now have an official release date for this film, and that is October 3rd, 2025, which means we'll be getting the sequel to Matt Reeves' The Batman literally 3.5 years after the first one. While this physically hurts me in ways that I cannot explain because I love Pattinson and I really want this film, I have to be under the impression that this is because they're really gonna take their time with this one. It's gonna be great quality, it's gonna be a fantastic sequel, and I'm definitely looking forward to which characters they bring in. While I would love to see the Court of Owls, and I've actually discussed this a bunch of times with people online, it's definitely too soon for Pattinson to ever face off against the Court of Owls, so I think, fingers crossed, we'll be seeing a little bit of Mr. Freeze. But that's just my wishful thinking. And that's all from me. I've been Snarky J. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on all of these new DCU announcements in the comments below.